To make this sweet dog paw out of upcycle magazines, all you need is some old magazines, and you're going to cut them into strips. I usually take a magazine page and cut it into quarters lengthwise. It doesn't have to be exact at all. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to roll it. So whatever side you prefer, whatever color. So I really like this, the red here. So that's going to go facing down. You're going to go to one corner and roll at an angle. And you're going to let the stick do the work. And then you're going to go ahead and glue. Now, I'm using a barbecue stick. I find that that works the best. If you don't have that, you can also use the inside of a pen. Just something that's super thin. You don't want to use anything as fat as a pencil, so the thinner the better. And then once you've rolled the strip, you're then just going to flatten it. Let me show you that once more. So again, I like this purple right in here. That's going to go on the bottom. Start on the bottom right corner. The only tricky part to this entire thing is you want to make sure that this gets tucked underneath. And you want to make sure the tension is even. Once you've done a few, you'll realize really how easy this project is. Glue that tab. Hold just for a second, and then remove whatever rolling tool you used. So I've already created a bunch of these. And let me go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do the toe part first. So start with whatever one you'd like, and you're going to roll it. So start on one end and roll it as tightly as you can to form a circle. Now each one of these that we're going to make is going to take 2 of the pieces of paper. So here's my first one. Glue it to hold. And so it looks like this so far. Then you're going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue and attach the second one. Just continue on. Roll, roll, roll. And then you're going to go ahead and make 3 more of these. Okay, so once you've made 3 more of these, I'm going to show you how to do the pad part. So again, you're going to start by rolling. And this time you're going to roll 5. Go ahead and roll that. As you can see, this project is super fun, but really not that hard. And these make great magnets, or you could use them as an ornament. Totally up to you, or you could use it to make a greeting card, a gift topper. You could use it to decorate a book folding sculpture. Really, there's many choices. And if you like this project, check out my other rolled magazine projects. You can make angels, you can make butterflies, dragonflies, a teddy bear. Check out that playlist. So many different ideas. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to keep so you don't miss out on any of the weekly tutorials. And if you wouldn't mind commenting on what you wind up using your dog paw for. I might use this as a thank you, as part of a thank you gift for my dog walker. So that's 2 already. Now I'm rolling my 3rd. So at this point I have 3, and I'm going to squeeze it into a teardrop. Okay, and then I'm going to continue. And I'm just using Elmer's glue. You could use any type of white glue if you want. You could use a hot glue gun. Really, it's up to you. You could do glue stick even. So that's 5. So you'll need to make 1 more of these. So I'm just placing that on top so you can see. Now this little piece on the bottom, it's just going to be a teardrop made out of 1. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that. And the beauty of this is that depending on the color you use, is what your end result is. So you'll never make 2 that are exactly the same. You also want to be using magazine pages that are as thin as possible. That makes it a lot easier to work with. Right now I'm using an old Avon catalog. They tend to be very thin. So that's that 1 teardrop. And that's going to go right on the bottom like that. And then on the top right here is a circle, but it's made out of half. So you're just going to take half the length that you've been using. And then roll that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish making all my pieces, and then when we get back together I will show you how to assemble it all. So stay tuned. So once you've completed all your pieces, it's time to assemble. The first thing you do is you're going to glue these 2 largest pieces together like so. Your teardrop will get glued right in between them. You can kind of smoosh it in a bit. And then your one that you did with the half a piece of paper goes right on top, like so. And you can kind of smush everything into place. Oops. So like so. Then you're going to go ahead and take a strip and you're going to outline this part of the paw. I'm going to go ahead and add glue all along it. It doesn't really matter where you start, but what you're going to do is outline to give it the beginning shape of the paw. So like so, and just kind of smush everything into place. Then you're going to take the top part and glue them along the top. Again, if you're in a rush or for whatever reason you prefer to use glue gun, totally fine. There's really no right or wrong. Then you're going to go ahead and let this dry, Place everything exactly how you want it. And then you're going to just let that dry. The next step, once that dries, is you're going to go ahead and take some Mod Podge and you're going to coat the front and the back. That's really going to harden everything. I like to use glossy so it's super shiny. And then once that's dry, I then use this acrylic spray, also glossy, just to make it a little bit weather resistant. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and show you how we're going to do that with one that's already dry. Let's go ahead and do that instead. I'm going to go ahead and lay that on the parchment paper. And then I'm going just to pour a little bit of the Mod Podge. You don't really need a lot at all. And then I like this little sponge brush. I got this from the dollar store. And then you're just going to brush that on top. It dries clear, so you don't have to be super careful about this step. Make sure you get the sides. And then because I'm using parchment paper, I can just go ahead and flip that. And then once again, I'll let this dry for about an hour, then spray each side with this, and then you're set. And there you go.